Hi everyone, it's Desiree and I am here with Rubber Stamp Tapestry and we are going to create a fall card, obviously. And the peg stamp set that we are using for today is called Indian Summer. And there are some beautiful leaves. And I'm going to call it a twine or, a thin branch that's also going through it. This set comes with 5 pegs. And within these pegs, you have 4 leaves. These 2 are close. This one's just a little smaller. These are the medium-sized pegs, or at least what I call. And then we also get that branch, which just adds a little bit. I am really in love with the colors and very much inspired by these. So we're going to be close to that. And I haven't figured out if we're going to make a wreath, or we're going to do a background, or what it is we're actually going to do here. Remember, with peg stamps, they come with this wonderful registry along the side. And what that does is, if you take that line and make that face you, this is how the stamp will show when you stamp with this. So if I take this down on a piece of paper, when I lift up, this is how it's going to look. It's not going to be like this or like this. These allow you to roll in your hand so that you can get your different movements when it comes to the image that you want. So same thing with these. Here's your registration, and if I have that parallel to me, that is how that is going to stamp. It's going to stamp up and down. If I want it to look like this, I need to make sure I turn it. Same thing with this, and same thing with this. So let's get started, and we will start getting stamping. Okay, so let's get stamping. So as always, I like to lay out my inks in front of me, and I've actually pulled out some inks that I really haven't used in a while, and I do love these inks. Now, what I'm finding, though, I've had these for a long time, years. I'm finding the pads are now deteriorating, which is very interesting. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out. So, I am using, as I showed before, the Indian Summer, and I'm just having fun with these leaves. My color palette that I usually do when it comes to fall is a dark purple, a deep red, an olive green, a deep yellow, and an orange. So the colors that I'm using from Stampin' Up, in case you do have them: Elegant Eggplant, Merry Merlot, which is one of their newer ones because it's in the newer case, Always Artichoke, Delightful Dijon, and Calypso Coral. I know I have a coral there, right? It's kind of strange. But I just love this color palette. Now, the cardstock that I'm stamping on is actually the mixed media paper by Tim Holtz. It's got a great thickness. It can take a lot. And I do just like that shade of ivory or cream or whatever you would want to call that. So I just thought it was just like a really good background, because I wasn't sure if I was going to add spritz water to these. And the mixed media paper does a great job of handling water, hence the name mixed media. It's like, it's the paper that's in those journals, the Diane Reevely, and I probably pronounced her name so wrong, but I love watching her when she's working in her journals, and that's the paper that's in there. So it's really good. Okay, so I am just having fun stamping away, not caring where the colors are, and you're trying to make sure that it's filled evenly. I'm going off the page. I am using a piece of paper underneath just so that I don't have to clean up. Yeah, there was just a little bit of laziness going on there. And now I'm coming in with a brown. I actually, when I did this video, I actually had to throw away 3 pads. because, and they were in the brown family, which was really weird. No, the black and one of them was brown. Again, these pads are just deteriorating away. It was just weird. So after I get all of that done, I'm now going to come in with the smallest out of the stamps with my clear ink by Simon Says. And I'm going to come in with my Recollections Gold embossing powder. Now, here's what's funny. So, yes, what happened with this, and it's a happy accident. The ink was not dry from all of those leaves yet. All of those color leaves that I did, it just wasn't dry. So there was remnants of embossing powder that stuck on throughout the leaves. I was good with that, because what I just wanted to do was have all of that color and then just have these few leaves that I'm stamping in the gold embossing powder. I really loved this effect with the embossing powder just being sprinkled throughout these leaves. So it just came out really cool. You can still see the colors, but you just have like this gold film that's going over them. The camera's just so not picking this up, but I think it looks really cool. So I'm creating my mats, and what I do is I cut 2 mats. All of my mats are cut to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then you saw I flipped them. I knew I wanted a craft. I knew I wanted the dark purple. But did I want the dark purple next to the panel, or did I want the craft? So I'll flip them and just show the corner, and then that will tell me, yes, this looks better. The craft cardstock is cut to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The next one is cut 4 and 5 1/4. And then this panel here is cut 3 3/4 by 5. And now I'm just going to layer them. I'm using a sentiment from one of those pre-printed sentiment packs by Simon Says that you can just cut. And I'm going to put that on the bottom right hand corner. Now what I did was I took one of my old makeup brushes with some vintage photo. You knew it was going to make a presence, right? I'm just saying. And I just rubbed over that because it was white and I didn't want that to be white. So to dull that down, I just brushed over it and it just toned it down a little bit. I'm going to glue it onto a piece of purple cardstock, the same as my mat. And I'm going to prop that up using some double-sided foam squares. And again, it's just going to sit down onto the bottom right-hand corner. I am propping this up onto a standard A2 size card base that, of course, measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this will be a top folding card. So that was our project today with Rubber Stamp Tapestry. I do hope you enjoy it. Hope I gave you some ideas on what you can do with what you have. As always, if you are interested in this peg stamp or just want to learn more, the link is down below to their website. And then also I'll have a link to the specific peg stamp set as long as it's still available. I like to give inspiration for products when people already have these. We don't always have to use something new, but just to give you ideas with techniques. If you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe, be part of my group here, and by all means, ring that bell because you may be notified, but please make sure you hit that thumbs up because that tells me if you like this video or not. Take care. Enjoy your day. Have fun, smile, and laugh. It helps. But most of all, remember what's most important to me each and every day. Always be creative, guys. Talk to you in the next video.